Okay, this is a pre-garden video. And the reason is I don't have anything started. I haven't even begun to start doing anything. These are just what I'm going to be doing. The weather, it's been rain, and I just haven't gotten much of anything done. So now I'm finally going to start getting into it. So anyway, this is where I'm going to do something different, especially next year. I'm too late for it this year. This is a shelf I put up, and you'll notice I'm in my shed, and it has a roof that is see-through. So this is the greenhouse. So I'm going to have starter seeds right along there. And behind me, on the opposite side to my back, is exactly the opposite, same thing. And I can put another shelf or two there. I can put quite a few here, actually, as you can see, but it gets further and further away from the top, but it'll work. So that's one thing. I'm going to try starting my seeds in here this season, but it won't be as good as if I already had them starting at this point in time. So we'll see about next year. Okay, this is where my side garden went. If you looked last year at the garden and the year before also, when I first started it, it was a garden that was put here in the side of my yard, because there's my house. This is where the most sun is for the day. And that is because of the nasty old trees that have been growing bigger ever since I've moved here 30 years ago. And so in those decades, it was a good garden area, and now it's all shaded off and it's starved for energy. I will be shortly tilling good stuff into this and planting these. Problem is, there's rain in the forecast almost every day. It's not good. Trees I'm talking about, I know I've showed them before. That's them. The ones over there in the garden area, they go way up. It's also gonna. So if I was a rich man, diddle-deedle-deedle-doo, I would I'd get rid of these big mothers here that shield off the garden so much from, just on that part of the property. But that would cost thousands. And it would also cost me my ham antenna. Best antenna I've ever had is up between trees over there and trees way over here. And I don't care about cutting down the ones that are over here, but over there I would get rid of them. Well, what would I use? You know what I'd use if I was a rich man? I'd get a tower and maybe a couple. I don't know, I might just need one, I might need a couple. But I'd be a rich man, so it wouldn't be a problem. So anywho, that's how the beginnings are happening here. And then I'm just going to show you the level of work I've got to do here yet. I have not even begun. Normally I'd have gotten something done, but I haven't been getting anything done here. And that's because it's been super cold all through April. I got into May, thought I'd be getting better weather, not getting better weather as far as rain. And you just can't do this stuff with wet, or at least I can't, not at 74. I get enough going on. So as you're gonna see, the weeds have taken over here. I'm gonna pull out all of this stuff. All these stuff, and this is the part of the garden that does grow. Plus I've made it all into pots, which seems to work better to get away from whatever bad soil there might be. Most of these pots are good. A few of them, not so good. I think I got one over here that's cracked apart and I'll have to replace it. But most of them are doing pretty good. And so those are the rows. Those are the rows that I will be growing in. And then it's going to end right where that cage is. That cage there I got for free from the animal shelter I volunteer at. All I got to do is patch up that little part there so that nothing else can get in. And then I can plant things into the soil there. Well, like beans and peas and things like that, which I've also been growing in these. I've got a bunch of these tubs that I can grow. There's another one over there. I intend to put an arch together, and we'll see about growing some stuff over an arch up in the air. So that's a part of it right there. Okay, this is working well to stop and start with. This is how things emerge, and they look great when they first emerge, and then they all grow together. So each one of these clumps I've got to cut down to size, especially this reed grass. I got to get rid of about, 70% of that, just have a small clump of it growing in here. Stuff grows like crazy. And some of these others may want to be chopped down, like this group here would be, again, just a small round clump of it. I don't even know what it is. I know what this is. Oh, those irises, they'll grow anywhere. And they're spreading already, as you can see. And then there's this patch. I don't know what I'm awful. I don't know what this stuff actually is. I should find out. Look it up, find out, and then mark it with little markers. Look at how this is spread all over hell here. That needs to be a small clump too. So all this weeding to be done. And this hosta here, it's huge. I want it to be about a third the size. And I can show you places where I want to put it in back. But overall, you know, with a little bit of weeding, well, a lot of weeding, it'll be fine. These are all the irises, and I'd like to pull at least half of those out. If I could get one area of this just iris free, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think I can ever dig enough to get all of them out in one area. It seems like I've dug them out in the past and they come right back again, and they grow anywhere. They're like weeds. Here in the back, starting from about where the shed is, I've been wanting to get a back line. You can see the woods back there. And I've been planting various things. That's all lily of the valley. So I could put some stuff right in there. Some of this stuff I'm moving that grows anywhere. This is all pretty well covered, filled in. I've been moving stuff here for a while, and you can see it really takes and grows very nicely. And then I made a little bunch of it around the back part here. But I could put more in here to fill in between those two trees. And this is all more lily of the valley, apparently. And I think these are violet or something. No, it's Judy knows what it is. I forget the name of it. And then we've got all this stuff here, reed grass and everything else. This is an example of that weed grass kind of taken over on this hill. I have this hill here where a lot of it was just eroding downwards, but now we've got all the stuff growing on it, and that's fine, so that no longer is it eroding. Grass doesn't grow well on this, so you have to get other things growing. So where the grass isn't growing well, yeah, like up in there, it's struggling. It's all moss. Moss doesn't hold well either. I'll put some of this stuff in those areas just to fill it in and hold it in place. It works well. This area down here is, I call a relaxation area in the summer, because it's got such a nice canopy. You can sit back here and it'll be 10 to 15 degrees cooler sitting in here. That's it for this time. Just a quickie.